Headucator and Hanford started trending way back in January 2024. Do you remember Bongo Ideas kidnapping? What about Serwa Amihere's bedroom brouhaha? What about the chef that came to tell us that he was doing a cookathon in Ghana? So many things trended in the year 2024. We're about to get into it. This is some serious news. Let's get into it. The moment we entered into 2024, Headucator and Hanford started trending. These are two guys, one claiming to be a transgender, the other one claiming to be an LGBTQ homophobic. If you're a homophobic, that means you don't like LGBTQ people. Why were you engaging in a sexual activity with a transgender? That story trended the whole of January. Fast forward to February. February was for Nigerian musician Omale. Now, why was Omale trending? He was trending because he had a concert and this girl who came there with her partner went on stage to twerk. It was some serious controversial topic that was trending all of February. People were posing the question if you'd be okay with your partner going to dance with the opposite gender. Before we could even say Jack, we were in March, and March was for controversial Twitter influencer Bongo Ideas. Now, Bongo claimed to have been picked up by some unknown gunmen who took him to an unknown location again. Now, these people he claimed were covered with marks, and so therefore he couldn't even identify them. When the story of Bongo being missing started trending, he claimed that that was what saved him, as the people later dropped him at a certain location and let him go. Now, in April, had it been that we had not celebrated April Fool, we would have thought that the story about Serwa Amihere and Henry Fitz were a prank, but it wasn't a prank, because when we entered April, the story about Serwa Amihere and Henry Fitz started flying. Now, what was the story about? It was a bedroom brouhaha where we saw TV personality Serwa Amihere in bed with this Kwabenya big boy who is called Henry Fitz. In a later development, may I remind you that Henry Fitz has been picked up in the latter days of November 2024, and so therefore that story is still in court, so we will not go deep into it, but I already know what I'm talking about. Just a Ghana dear, what I say is one story after the other, because tell me why in May we would wake up and then Medikal and Fela are no more together. Medikal started coming out talking about how he paid for Fela to go and do BBL in Nigeria. She came back saying it wasn't okay. She went to Turkey. Just so fans of Sister Debbie at the point were even jubilating, saying, it's payback near there. Hey, he had. Now, the story about Lil Wayne that happened in June is a sad story, so we are not going to go much into it. But Lil Wayne was about to premiere his movie in June. Port says that he was driving and he hit this 3-year-old boy, and the boy lost his life. So that story I heard is currently in court as well. So any matter when they court there, they talk plenty about time until they are done with it, or even before they take it there. So that's what happened in June. But July, we're in Ghana. When Chef Smith came out that he's doing a cookathon, he's trying to break the Guinness World Record for Ghanaians, and we were all jubilating. In fact, the story about him even participating in that challenge was not even as viral as when it came out that he was a lie. Charlie, the man lie. He go take plenty money from people. People sponsored him thousands and millions of Ghana cedis. And what did he do with it? He spent everything. He forged a certificate saying the Guinness World Record had awarded him with that certificate breaking the record. Ghana pa dear. So fast forward to October 2024, we saw Sally from Wako's son killing 2 girls at East Legon, driving recklessly. Now, even after that, the statements and the apology that came from Sally Famwako, a lot of people were saying it wasn't from their heart. I don't know how far the story has got, although I learned that it is still in court. And so therefore, I told you, any matter where they court, we know they go inside plenty. Now, don't forget, from that October ending to November, a series of Atupa video flying about a man called Baltasa. Now, Baltasa's sex tape was more than 500, according to reports. That man that had sex with women in his office, had sex at the beach, just say, oh no dear, baby, yeah. He's now the Solomon of the 2021st era. In December, we saw Excellency Muhammad Bawumia conceding defeat to the former president, John Dramani Mahama, who is now the current president-elect of the Republic of Ghana. I do not know what you think about this story, but I know that I have informed you. I have recapped some stories with you. So drop your comments and let me know what you think about this story. See you in the next one. It's bye for now.